Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are on lesson 8 using images on code.org, and more specifically we are in the unit 2 web development curriculum. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so we're learning how to get images onto our web pages now. That's exciting. Really jazzing this up. So, exploring image tags, bubble 1. Let's go. Adding images to our web pages is a powerful skill that will make our pages more appealing to users. An image tag consists of some new components, namely the source attribute and the alt attribute. The source attribute stands for source, and the value of this attribute will be the name of the image file you want on your web page. The alt attribute stands for alternate text, and the value should be a short descriptive word or two about the image. If an image does not load on a web page, it is this alternate text that will show up instead. Alright, so turning on the inspector tool. It's already on, apparently. Oh, uh-oh. I've broken the inspector tool. Let's refresh the page, see where we are with it. There we go. Inspector off, inspector on. There, now. Haha. Okay. Hover over the image on the web page to find the tag that is used, and that is on line 14, where you can see img or image source equals elephants.jpg, and the alt equals family of elephants. So your alt is always just like a description of what the image is in the event that it doesn't show up. And that's basically what you need to know. Let's move on to bubble 2. Alright, a dog versus cat web page has been started for you. The dog image has already been added to the below web page. Do this. Look at the code that made the dog image appear. That's right here on line 10 and 11. And then we're going to use an image tag to add the cat JPEG image to the page below the cat heading. So we'll, on line 14, no, line 15 is where the cat's heading is. So below that, we're going to add an image tag. So less than symbol, img, space, src, and we're basically copying this. We click that src, and then we can find our cat image there, space, select alt, and then this is cat. I don't know what the image looks like yet, so we can fix that. Okay, it's a cat's face. Cat face. Alright, simple as that. And I think that gets us where we need to be for bubble 2. Let's head on over to bubble 3. When using someone else's image, you should give credit to the original creator. This is called attribution. The easiest way to do this is to add text below the image that identifies the creator and the website it came from. You may also add information about the publishing license. To do this, we're going to add information about where the image came from and its license. So code.org was helpful on this one, telling us the information that we need to put there. So let's head down below that image. We're going to use a paragraph tag here, and we are going to give this attribution. So up here on line 13, you can see the attribution that was made for the dog image. We're going to do something similar down here. So found at Pixabay. So Pixabay by Alexis_photos, and it's free for commercial use and no attribution required license. So let's take a look at that. Oh, I'm doing this backwards, so let's fix that. Alexis_photos dash Pixabay dash CCO, and then the end paragraph tag. Okay, and then there it is. I think that's a 0, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a 0. Let's move on then, shall we? Alright, over here, the source attribute needs to point to the exact file name of the image you want to use. That means that you need to pay attention to the spelling, capitalization, the file extension, the whole kit and caboodle. Each of the 3 images on this page is broken because of an improper source attribute. Under do this, it says use the file menu for reference and fix each of the image tags. So we've got blue, grass, red sky here. We've got our style sheet, our index.html file. Alright, here's where we're going to be doing the bulk of our work because we're fixing these image tags. So let's start with the red sky image, line 14. It gave us a hint that the source attribute is what's wrong. So let's see what's going on. This one's just red. It needs to be red underscore sky. Oh, and it automatically showed up. Down here for grass.jpg. Up here, it's the JPG are capitalized, so let's fix that. JPG. And then down here, image source blue, but they didn't spell blue correctly, so BLUE. Added that E. And now all of our images are showing up as they're supposed to over there. I feel like I'm zoomed out a bunch, but maybe not. I don't know. There's just that text is teeny weeny, itty bitty little text. I want to look at the style sheet and see what's going on with that. 6 pixels. Yeah, that's tiny, dude. And now I can read it at 10 pixels. Let's go back. Alright. Just making it a little bit easier to read, you know what I mean? Alright. Even though the images are not loading properly. Okay, yeah. We saw the alt attributes. Let's finish. I went over to bubble 5. My favorite amphibian. Oh. I don't know if I have a favorite amphibian. Maybe like aquatic turtles or something. It's important to, it's important for images to have good names, ones that are easy to understand, and use characters that are good for links. This project's image names have some problems. Yeah, we've got a lot of images here. None of them are showing up. For each image, fix the name according to the following rules. Avoid special characters. Okay, so we're renaming these. I'm just going to rename that one Tree Frog. Enter. For the axolotl, let's just make that simple. AXL is fine with me. And then Fire Salamander, rename to just Fire Sal. Sorry, Sal, I'm not meaning to fire you, buddy, but, you know. Caney Bush Frog. There we go, all lowercase like that. Paradise, or Paratype. What? Rename Paratype of a Pedro Fine Emerald. Was this one the smallest where? Okay. That's a lot. So let's take all that out and just call it Coin Frog. So we're not being too intense with that. So we've got the Fire Salamander, Coin Frog, Axolotl, Tree Frog, Caney Bush Frog. Alright. So we finished renaming all of those files, the image files. Keep the names as short as possible and still have a clear meaning. Choose your favorite image and add it to the web page. Don't forget the attribution. Okay, we can do this. My favorite amphibian. Alright, so let's go back to the index.html page. Line 10, we're going to make our image tag. Boop. SRC for source. Let's get the axolotl on here. And our alt is going to be, how do you spell axolotl? Okay. Axolotl questions, Mr. Decker. Axolotl. I think that's correct. There he is. He's so cute. Maybe minus the eyes. The eyes are creepy. Gotta be real with you. Axolotl. Enter. Yeah, axolotls. They're so cute. Alright. I'm gushing over axolotls. Let's finish there. Let's continue to bubble 6. On bubble 6, uploading images. You can upload images that you found elsewhere using the Add Image button. Go find an image of a different type of pet that you like and download it to your computer. Alright, let's do that. And then once you have you can add image and upload the image from your computer to your project where you can then add it to the page. Sorry, I read so fast. Everything's in the interest of time, kids. Everything's in the interest of time. Alright. Find an image you are allowed to use and upload it to this project. Well, for that, we'll go to picsforlearning.com, where every picture is going to be something that will work for our project here. We are finding any image. Let's find it. We'll do an animal. Let's get an animal on here. We already had an amphibian. We've got a cat and a dog. What's another common pet? What's another common pet? Let's go with... People like lizards, right? I like lizards. Lizards are cool. Oh my bless. Okay. I like this guy right here. It kind of hurts my eyes to look at that. I'm going to right click, save image as. When you do that, you got to make sure you're saving it as a JPEG or a PNG or a JPG envelope. Okay, Mr. Envelope. This is a Ambelobe Panther Chameleon. So let's just name the file Chameleon. We're going to save that. It's saved in my pictures on my computer. Alright. And then we're going to go down 1 or 2, and we'll do an H3 tag here. And we're going to... Wait, what? Find an image. Follow the naming rules. Make sure the attribute... Okay, well, sure. Alright, H3 tag. Lizard. Z. End H3. We're gonna fix this. Dogs versus cats versus lizards. Why not? Alright. And then we're gonna get our image sourced. Oh, yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. We're gonna add an image. We're gonna upload a file. We're gonna find our chameleon photo. There he is. Open. Uploading. He's uploaded. Alright. And then source. We'll do that over again. src equals chameleon space alt. What was he called again? Ambelobe Panther Chameleon. And there he is in all his glory. He's huge. Alright, so to fix how big he is, we're going to do width, and we'll do like 350. Enter. There. Now he's not so gigantic. We can actually... Oh. Control Z. There. We didn't need to enter. Let's try 400. There we go. Look at that beautiful guy. Now we got cats versus dogs, or dogs versus cats versus lizards. There we go. The attribution information below the image, so let's do that. We need a paragraph tag, and we can grab the attribution from here. That's the great thing about Pics for Learning. If you use their images, the attribution is so easy because it gives it to you. And there we go. Finish. Whew. Okay, we've got a lot of practice to get through. Crack the knuckles. Let's dig the hills in and go. Alright. O'Reilly. There we go. All right. Matching. Each of the items below have a bug. Match the description to the correct bug. Oh my gosh. I'm going to zoom in because, goodness gracious, that's hard to see. All right. A, image source, brown dog. Oh, it's... okay, so here's the error. And here are the optional codes. So the source attribute is spelled incorrectly. SCR. SRC, image alt. There we go. The SRC and attributes are switched. The alt is, yep, there we go. The file extension .jpg is missing from the image address. Oh, wait. Hang on now. That might not be correct. The file extension .jpg is missing from the image address. That's this guy. The image tag is incorrect and missing a source attribute. Huh? There is a space in the file name. That one's easy. Although, there. The image tag is incorrect and missing a source attribute. Oh, that's this one. So source and alt are switched. Yes. So that is the correct answer. Okay, good, because I was worried about it. All right, debug the missing image. All right, someone has submitted a bug report on this web page. Can we fix the bug? Can we do it? Yes, we can. A la Bob the Builder, right? What I expected to happen, there's an image of balloons. No, there is not. There's no image. Let's fix it. All right. What's going on here? Oh, there's no quotation mark there. And done and done. I am the smartest man alive. Aren't you glad you're here? Learning from the smartest guy you've ever met in your life. I don't know. I don't know if you're glad. What I expected to happen, there is an image of Half Dome. No, there's not. There is an alt text, but no image there. Yosemite .jpg. Yosemite. SCR is the problem here. So on line 9, it needs to be SRC. And there she is in all her glory, Half Dome. This right here is called Cloud's Rest, and I've been up there, and it's actually taller than Half Dome. You can hike all up there, and it's called a knife's edge, and it's scary, but it's beautiful. Yosemite is amazing. Everyone should go to Yosemite at least one time. What I expected to happen, there is a second Pikachu image. Nope, I see multiple Pikachus, but only one image of Pikachus. There is an alt text, but no image. Pikachu Game Boy? I want to see a Pikachu Game Boy. SRC, Game Boy. Oh, the cap. See this? Capital B. See this? Lowercase b. Let's fix that. Capital B. There's our Pokemon's Game Boy Color. I had one of them, except mine was not the Pokemon version. Alright, let's jump into add alt to existing images. Okay, the alt attribute is short for alternative text. As you may have seen on the web pages that do not load properly, alt text appears to describe the image that is not rendering. Alright, so that one rendered, that one rendered, that one Oh, okay, so we've got these images, these image tags, but they're missing the alt text. Okay, so add an alt attribute. So Kyoto, Japan. Lanterns. Okay, alt. Ceiling with lots of decorative lanterns. Traditional decorative lanterns? Traditional decorative lanterns. Okay, there we go. And then down here, Eiffel Tower in Paris. So romantic. Alt. And hey, trying to describe the image, bruh. Okay. Cityscape of Paris with the Eiffel Tower. All right, and then we've got the Rio de Janeiro, Brasilia. Alt. What is that called? Let's go to the Google. Famous statue. It is called Christ the Redeemer. Okay. I'm gonna copy that. Work smarter, not harder, and all that. Control V. Statue. Done and done and done and done. All right. Finish. When in doubt, you Google it. You right? Right, kids? You Google it. An image has already been uploaded for you. The next step is to link it to the web page. Under do this, add an image link for the image gymnast.gif. Here's our gymnast GIF or GIF. Personal preference, I say GIF. Okay, so where am I adding that at? Where are we adding that? Okay, between the line breaks, boop. We can handle that. So image, source, gymnast GIF, alt, gymnast, there he is. There's our gymnast doing his back handspring, I think is what that's called. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's a back handspring. I've never done one personally. I am not athletic enough to do that. All right. Adding an image. We're on the last practice. Here you can practice adding a new image to a web page. Under do this, it says add an image to the end of this cake recipe. Why do you do this to me? Code.org, in one of the previous lessons, it was like, what is your favorite candy? What's your favorite desserts? I'm like, dude, it's lunchtime. I'm hungry. It's almost noon o'clock here in North Carolina at the moment that I'm recording this. And now we're talking about cake. You're killing me, Smalls. All right, do this. Add an image to the end of this cake recipe. What kind of cake is this? It's a cake. Wonderful. All right, let's find a cake. Let's go back to Picks for Learning. Let's look for a cake. The cake variety of cake. Cheesecake. It's my favorite, but what kind of cake is this? Flour, salt, baking powder, butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla extract. I feel like it's just a regular cake. Regular cake, my friends. Happy birthday, Rachel. With the spelling, with the added A, Rachel. I like the baseball player. It looks like my level of artistic ability. We're definitely going with the duck cake. Are you kidding me? Oh, not copying, saving in the image. Duck cake. Save. Back over here, add image, upload file, find my duck cake. There's my duck cake. Open. Yay. Duck cake. Duck cake. Duck cake. Alright. Add an image. They didn't say that it's a duck cake, but I'm making it a duck cake because they weren't descriptive enough with their recipes. Alt. Duck cake! Exclamation point. Alright. And then, bam, bam. Duck. Oh, it's a giant duck cake. Let's fix this size, width. We'll make it 400. Duck cake! I'm fixing this duck cake. Duck cake. Alright, there we go. Finish. I'm glad I'm making it fun. That's what it's all about. Learning and having fun. Alright, all about you. You can use images to make a web page more personal. Add an image to the page. Make sure you follow the rules and copyright and blah, 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 blah. Alright, cool picture. We're going to add a cool picture. So let's go back here. I think this might be the coolest picture I've ever seen, but we'll find a cool picture. Education. There, yeah, science. And let's see. Get out of here, Generation Genius. Nobody asked for you. Are any of these cool? I don't know. Looking for cool. Come on, science. Give me cool. There we go. We'll just pretend that Mr. Decker is an astronaut. Space suite. Space suit. Save. Back over here. Let's add our cool picture. Image. Source. Oh, we forgot to add the image. Upload the file. Let's find my spacesuit. Hey. Okay. Spacesuit. Alt. Spacesuit. Y'all. That's what it is. Alright. There it is. There's my cool picture. It's all about me. Didn't you know? I'm an astronaut. Didn't you know? You didn't know that. It's fine that you didn't know that. You know what to do here. You do your reflection. You answer the questions. You type them in right here. Use correct punctuation, spelling, grammar, all that kind of stuff. Sizing image in CSS. I know how to size an image, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. All right, height and width attributes. Images are not always the right size for a web page. Luckily, there are width and height properties in CSS to set how many pixels tall or wide we want the image to be. Make sure you don't set both width and height or you may distort the image. Do this. Find the rule set for the image tags in the CSS file. There we are. Image rule set right here. And then we're going to use width. And we're going to use 300 px like it says there. And then we're semicolon. Never forget your semicolon. It's important. Always. See? Here, 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 here. Where I added one. It's fun to type in a semicolon. Use your pinky finger to do that. Yay! We fixed it. Okay. Moving on to the next challenge. Add to my web page. I don't have a web page here. That's okay. Alright, so the other challenges are to do these things, right? And add images to your practice web pages, if you want to. I'm only requiring this one. Might require you to choose one of those. Alright. Let's stop right there, shall we? This was a good video. We got a little bit silly with it, but we had fun. We learned how to get images on web pages using the image tag. We learned how to give their source attributes. Wait, did we forget? We may have forgotten. We did forget. Uh-oh. Okay, back here, we forgot to source attribute our duck cake and our astronaut. So I'm going to leave him there. We're going to new tab for picks for learning. Let's find the duck cake. Ah! Duck cake. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's just type in cake, because I think that's how we found it before. Where are you, my beautiful duck cake? I need you in my life. Alright, here's that. Let's copy the citation. Back to the lesson. Oof. Man, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Okay. Paragraph. Control V. End paragraph. There it is. Yeah. Alright. Making sure we give credit where credit's due. No. Cancel. Hey, save code.org. I need you to save. Refresh save. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, okay. So I think cake. Yeah, okay. Assessment. I added the astronaut and forgot to give that a source attribution. So let's do that now. Right here is that text. I'm sorry, Chris Carey. I'm giving you credit now. Shift. Here we go. There's our source attribution. And I think that's all. Wait. Oh. Cancel. Refresh and save. Save it. Save it. Code.org. Sizing images. Yeah, we learned how to do that with CSS. Okay. Alright. Cool. Great. Great. Awesome. Now we're finished. Now we can end the video. Now we can get this uploaded to YouTube and share it with our friends. Alright. Let's end.